Factoring Cubic Expressions, Algebra 2 course. It's our 5th lesson in the course. And today, let's just look at algebraic expressions with cubic. So you should know cubic now. And for example, let's just erase this. So we know that cubic expressions, the highest power is 3. So when we did quadratics, the highest power was 2. So in quadratics, we have a quadratic, right? Quadratics can make parabolas, right? So you can have a parabola like that, and we have our roots right here. There's our roots. So we have a negative parabola. We can make a positive parabola, right? And here's the roots, and so forth. So we're making parabolas with quadratics, and you notice we have 2 roots, and that's why we have it to the second power. Now with cubics, and that's what we can call them, cubics, roughly we have something like this, right? And we have 1, 2, 3 roots. So that's why they're called cubic. And we'll study more about that in later videos. So when we are doing cubic expressions, when we want to factor them, we want to actually put them into 2 sections. We did this in the other videos with quadratics. Let's do an example with a quadratic, for example, that you see. So if I had 2x squared plus 11x plus 9, here's this quadratic. And we know that a is greater than 1, so we're going to multiply the a and the c term. We get 18. And we're going to list the factors of 18. We have 1 and 18. We have 2 and 9. We have 3 and 6. And we can see that 2 and 9 work for us. So I'm going to have 2x squared plus 2x plus 2x plus 9x. Bring this down so everyone sees it. Plus 9. And here you see we broke it in half. We divided it into 2 sections, just like in quadratics. We're going to do the same with cubics. And now that we're here, we might as well just keep going. We can take out a 2x over here, and we'll be left with x plus 1. And here we can take out a 9, and we'll be left with x plus 1. So that's when we factored quadratics. And with cubics, we're going to break them in half also. We're going to break them in half also. Well, not break them in half. We're going to divide them. All right. So let's just go to town and do one. So we'll start with, again, cubics are to the degree of 3. So here's x3 plus 3x squared minus 6x minus 18. Right? And, of course, they're all set to 0. There we go. And, again, we're going to divide this in half. We'll cut it into 2 sections. So we can put a dotted line saying we're cutting it into 2 sections. When you do this, be careful that, remember, it's a minus 6. Sometimes you cut it in half and you make a plus sign. And now what we're going to do is we can factor out, let's factor out an x squared over here. And let's see what we get back. Well, we'll get an x plus 3. Now again, remember from the last video, when we did quadratics, we need to get the same term x plus 3 on this side. So I can take out a negative 6 over here, and I'll get an x plus 3 also. Because negative 6 times x is negative 6x, and negative 6 times positive 3 is negative 18. So here it is. We factored our cubic. So it would look like x squared minus 6 be one of the binomials, and the other binomial will be x plus 3. There we go. Let's use a different marker here. All right, so again, we're going to divide it in half. Cutting it in half. Use blue and orange for the Mets. Or the Knicks, or whoever you... Islanders, there we go. So, let's, again, take out the x squared. And what do we get back? All right, we're going to have an x minus what? Minus 3. So, we need to get x minus 3 here, or we did something wrong. So here we can take out a 4, and we'll get x minus 3. All right, so we factored that. And then when we bring it all together, we have x squared plus 4 and x minus 3. Okay, so let's try this one. And let's, again, cut it in half like we did here. And let's take out the x squared. All right. And actually, we should also take out a constant. So what constant goes into 6 and 8? 2. So don't forget the constant. We've got to take out the 2. And we'll bring this back. We'll get a 3x over there minus 4. And that's what we're looking for on this side. Now here we'll just have to take a negative out, negative 1. Take the negative out, and you'll be left with x, which gives us a negative 3x, positive 3x. So negative 1 times 3x is negative 3x. And then on this side, of course, we'll have our minus 4, because a negative and negative is a positive. So we have our factors here. So this will be 2x squared minus 1, and this will be 3x minus 4. Alright, so that's our video on factoring cubic expressions. Our next video, we'll factor more cubic expressions and look about factoring them, getting the roots too. We'll get the roots of those expressions. Okay, great job.